I'm Daniel Martinović. I'm one of the coordinators of the Rainbow Families Croatia Association. So if I could describe myself in 3 words, I would say yes, stubborn, I hope caring, and I hope funny, or entertaining maybe more than funny. I see myself as somebody, who just wishes for this society to be more accepting, to be less conservative, to be less rigid than it really now is. Also this feeling that in the end, we are the ones who are fighting for a just cause. I would say that one of the main obstacles for me to become who I am today, or to do the work that I have done today, is believing that you can be a person who can change something, but because most of the time you think somebody else will do it, somebody else has more connections. There aren't somebody else's, there are people around there, but if you feel some cause, or if you feel something that you really are strong and passionate about, then it's you who are the person who can also do the change. So when we made the first picture book, we just announced the picture book and we put the cover pages, and then we published it, general public, but especially the opposition were surprised, and they said, oh, it's a picture book for children, but they thought it would be I don't know, how children can dismantle society. Well, they burned our picture books. I would say when you become, everybody says this, but when you become a parent, it's very different than how you see the world. I am a known donor to this lesbian couple, so from our perspective, we want people to feel more accepted, we want people to have equal rights. When they were starting to plan a family, they could have gone to a clinic, or they could have done some of the medically assisted insemination processes, but since we were friends, they asked me if I would be okay with myself being their known donor, and then we got into this arrangement, and the child lives with the mothers, and they are the primary caregivers, but I'm also here like a secondary parent, I would say. The child is also informed about this construction, I would say, because the idea was also never to lie to the child, or never, to give them some sort of a version, but to tell them the story from the beginning. And I think that they also understand it very well. I would really like to tell to my younger self that they could more believe in themselves and care less about what other people think about what they're doing or what they're working and stuff like that. I see my place in society nowadays, hopefully as somebody who can help others. I would say I'm hopeful. When you read the news, it's very, dark and whatnot. But in the end, I think there are positive people. There are people who, want to change. There are people who see that the things that are happening in the world are unjust or are not okay. And I'm really hopeful that, this movement of more towards general qualities in every aspect of life will be something that we'll see in the future.